Hi there, welcome to your sixth Python tutorial. Don't worry, I haven't lost count. It's fine. Sixth Python tutorial. I hope you guys worked this one out. If you didn't, it's up on the side. You can go check it out. Link in the description box below. Today, we're gonna do something called if, elif, and else. Right, so basically, whenever you're coding, or doing anything related to computers, one of the biggest things your programs will have to do is decision making, right? When you have circumstances and you have to see whether it satisfies condition A, and if it does, you want to run a certain amount of code, and then if it does not, then you want to move on to condition B, and then condition C, etc. etc. So to achieve this, we use something called the if, elif, and else statement. No, keywords. Okay. Alright, for example, I have a bunch of marks. I have one mark, marks. I have a variable called marks, which is equal to some random number called 45. Right, and I know that if your marks are above 60, then you're in first division. If they're above 40, then you're in second division, and if they're below 40, then you're third division. Right, so we have a variable called marks, and we want to see if it's in first division, second division, or third division. So first of all, we'll just check for the first division. So we say if marks is greater than, right, this is the sign, marks is greater than 60, we'll just print congrats, you're in first. Oops, you're in first division. Right, so that done, and when you run that, there you go, nothing really happens because marks was equal to 45, which is obviously not greater than 60. So when it saw marks greater than 60, it was like, this condition is false, so I'm not going to run this piece of code. I'll just skip ahead to whatever is next, and there is nothing else after that. Now, pretty simple. So the if statement works like that. Now I want to check the second condition, which is if it is greater than 40 but less than 60, right? So what I'll do is I'll say, hey, elif, which is basically a way of saying else if, which means if this condition is not true, then I want you to come down here and check for this condition. Okay, so I go elif marks is greater than 40 and marks is less than equal to 60. Now if it's 60 also, you're still in second division. We'll say, well done, you're in second division. Right, so still sounds pretty easy, pretty simple. If you're greater than 60, you get congrats, you're in first division. Now basically, when I put an and over here, it will say that this condition is true, this condition is true. If both of them are true, only then I will run this, and if even one of them is false, then I will just move on to whatever is next. Alright, so if I run this, it prints, well done, you're in second division. See, pretty simple. So again, that done, we move on to the third and final condition. Like, what if the marks was like not 45, it was 10, right? So then they say, elif marks is it's just less than 40, right? Anything less than 40, and we want to say print you're in third division. Hope you do better next time. because we're very positive people. Anyway, so yeah, so if it's less than 40, it'll just say you're in third division, hope you do better next time. And now, right now, marks is equal to 10. So it says this, right? So all of this is pretty simple, right? You do an if, you do an elif, you do an elif, and you can have as many elif statements as you want, unlimited. So say I have a third situation. Now I come here and I say marks is greater than 60, but we all know that the maximum marks anybody can get is 100. So marks has to be less than equal to 100. What if someone put 120 over here as their marks? So obviously none of these statements will work fine then, because this is an invalid input. This input makes no sense. So for that, for some situation like that where the input might not make any sense, we'll say else. Okay, so else is the final last statement that you can put at the end of your if elif situation. It's the one last condition which is the default condition. So if none of the conditions in if and elif are satisfied, then the else statements will run. So we'll just print you'll just print, are you sure you entered that right? Right? And we'll just print that. So if you run this, since it's 120, you get a are you sure you entered that right? And that's it. It's pretty simple. That's how if and elif works. And I think that's enough for this video. It will be a lot for you to experiment with once you get into this. So maybe start experimenting with this. What I would suggest you do is, since I worked with only numbers here, you pick up a string in its place, and then you see, maybe you check for certain characters. Like if you can put it can be a string, right? It says string. It's a string that says string, and you can check if the letter s is present in string. So if s in marks, right? So in basically means, is this letter or is this particular string present in this string anywhere, right? That's the meaning of this keyword. So yeah, basically what you're saying is this string present in this string? And if it is, then you can just print s is present, right? And then experiment with that and try to see what you can do. So that's it for this video. I'll put all the links possible in the description box below. You can check out the text tutorial on our website, and I'll see you next time. Bye.